What's going on? It's your boy TK here, back with another video. Well, I know you saw me last week in a C4 Corvette, 1996 Corvette, but today I'm going for a ride along. It's the same car. Such a nice color. They call it Polo Green. I mean, this color has been on this particular generation for a while. This is like a later version of the C4 Corvette, and I hope the camera can pick this up since the sun is out here. The color, seeing it in person, it's just a different perspective. The pictures don't do justice. Like, seeing the color in person, it just makes a whole lot of difference. All right, guys, I'm gonna reintroduce you to one of my buddies. His name is Micah Deem. I'm about to take a ride along. Well, this ain't my first time riding in this car, but this time it's on camera, so
fully documented this time.
yeah. This is evidence. Hey, I was in a 96 Polo Green C4.
They're great cars.
Oh yeah, the late C4s, I'm pretty impressed with them, you know, especially with the LT1 and of course 96 only. I know this the last year, this body style, the LT4, you know, 300 horsepower, which this one's equipped with, and then 330 with the LT4. You know, don't be fooled by these cars. These are some more top end vehicles right here. I know the earlier C4s with that L83, I'm correct.
The
crossfire injection. Then the L98 that came out for 85. I know they also did some changes to that throughout the 80s to all the way to like 91. But you know, 245 horsepower. I know people complain, oh, this low horsepower. It was a lot back in this time.
A lot more torque than power.
Yeah,
those engines were more of a low-end car anyways.
Yeah,
you know, they were built for autocrossing and all that, and road racing, which they did very well in their times. But these later engines, LT1s, LT4s, of course the LT5s are a little more of a higher RPM car.
Yeah,
so you get them on their top end, you know, the high RPM range, these cars will just come alive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, everybody, like I said, I'm about to get on this ride along here shortly. Well, I know we mentioned about the variants of each engine for the C4 since its introduction in 1984, and again, this is the last year of this body style, 1996. But it's one car I did left out, and this is a very special car. I only seen a few in my lifetime. The C4 Corvette ZR1. It's got that legendary LT5, and it's also General Motors' first dual overhead cam engine they ever created, but without the help of Mercury Marine and Lotus. Those two right there was the reason why that engine ever was in existence, along with the collab with GM. So that LT5, like we mentioned, Micah, these type of engines, these LTs in general, they come alive at higher RPM because they are a higher revving engine versus like the L83 and the L98 engine. They're more low end torque.
Yeah,
big difference.
Yeah, that's why back between 85, 86, and 87, the Sports Car Club of America, that whole entire showroom stock series literally dominated by Corvettes, because just how the Tuneport motors were set up perfectly for that kind of a track condition.
Mm-hmm.
So they won everything, which after the 87 season, they had the Corvette Challenge for 88, 89.
Mm-hmm. And
then by around 90, the whole world was ready for the Corvettes. So
oh,
it became
yeah,
a little more equal at that time.
Like I said, everybody, I mean, don't be fooled by these C4 Corvettes. These Corvettes had dominated back in the day, well, particularly in the around the mid-1980s, even through the 90s. They were ahead of its time. All right, everybody, I'm in the car, just cruising around. Well, Micah, appreciate you giving me a ride on your C4.
No,
I really do.
Never a problem, man.
Hey, it's always a pleasure riding in your car. I mean, you already know I love Corvettes, and I know you and several others that I know that own Corvettes, y'all inspire me to one day I'm gonna get my own.
Yeah.
They're out there, I know that. You always tell me that, but I know.
Yeah, we inspired because one point we were inspired by other people who had these cars.
Oh, absolutely.
So inspired because you were inspired at one point. So
yeah, I greatly appreciate that. It's people like you that's just got so much positivity, and you work hard and you never give up. You know, you keep on trying, even though there might have been times you weren't in a position to do it, but that day finally comes. Once you in a position to do it, anything's possible. The sky's the limit. So
yeah, just kind of never really lost sight of buying Corvettes. I mean, granted, I'm not married or anything like that. Don't have no kids, which is to each their own. Just focused on getting what I really wanted. So
absolutely.
Decided I wanted to live the dream.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Micah, so far, hey, I'm enjoying the ride along, man. Like I said, the first time, appreciate you letting me ride in your car. Hey, I do want to ask you this.
What's that?
What made you chose this particular color over any other color that you want when you was looking at, you know, a late C4?
It's something about this Polo Green. It's just really, it's a different color. It's for being a shade of green. It's very, very beautiful, very classy color. And it's actually be pretty sporty as well. Really like the tan and the beige interiors and all that. Nice classy look. It just, like I say, what it boils down to is just taste. It just looks so beautiful when they're nice, clean, and shiny. Like when we were seeing these cars that were brand new, it's like, man, I gotta get that. It's a beautiful shade of green. You know, and that's one of the shades I'm really picky about as well. It has to be the right shade.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it was just tough to beat. I was like, that's a beautiful shade of green. For one thing, it's called Polo Green and not, you know, Hunter Green or Forest Green, because
don't get it confused now.
Just think of Ralph Lauren, Polo.
Right.
But yeah, Hunter Green was a Ford color, like Emerald Green or something like that. Forest Green is like a Chrysler color. They've all had their own shades of dark green, but they all had a different name for them. But this, in fact, there's actually two shades of Polo Green for the C4 generation. It first came out in 1990 as regular Polo Green. For 1991, and then 92 it became a little bit darker than what it is now, called Polo 2 Green. So there's a difference, but regardless what it's on, it's a beautiful color. And I just had to have one, and a couple of Corvettes I've driven in the past were Polo Green, and I was like, man, this is a great color. You just can't go wrong with this.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. That's hey, I'm just glad that you got like one of the color choices you want. I remember a while back when you was looking at a late C4. I remember years ago you was talking about getting a 1996 model year in particular, because it's the last year of this body style of the Corvette for this generation. You were saying the Polo Green, competition yellow, you know, that was like your go-to colors, but you got one of the two color choices you wanted.
Yeah,
so
I'm very happy with this. I mean, as much as I really wanted a competition yellow 96, they're just really hard to come by. They're pretty rare color. Like they made like about 200 or 300 of them in 96. I probably would.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that very, very, very uncommon. And I knew they were just kind of few and far between. A chance I'd probably be paying a little bit more money for one.
I can only imagine, especially like even like right now, I know the values of C4 Corvettes are going up because of the current inflation and stuff like that. So
yeah.
So Micah, you know, I know I talked to you about your color choices, but I know you weren't being picky on like engine options, especially the transmission type. I know the one you have right now is a 4-speed automatic and it's an LT1 car, but you know, I know people kind of like up and choose and go crazy all over like the LT4 6-speed manual cars.
Yeah, I've thought about one of those. Would be great, but honestly, like I say, the color, the year and the color was like my biggest choice. I wasn't concerned about transmission choices at this point. You know, it would be great to get an LT4 6-speed car, especially in this Polo Green, but it's just, there's just not too many of them out there. And I say the chances are they'd probably be asking a little bit more for them. Like I say, I'm getting a little bit older too. I'm in my mid-40s at the time, at right now, and I work on concrete. I work at a plant, and a lot of times I just my knees and legs come home sore every night. So maybe shifting, having a manual transmission car,
that part hurts your knees and your legs.
Yeah,
you know, it wears you out.
They say the whole thing about manual transmission might be somewhat irrelevant, but like I say, I'd love to have one, but it just wasn't important. But like I say, being this thing an automatic, I do know that this car is a G92 axle. It's an option for an automatic car. It's like a $50 option, and you got a little bit taller rear end as opposed to a standard rear end in like in an automatic car. Like it would have been like a 259.
Yeah.
As a would be a standard gear. This one has a 307, so you press the gas pedal, this car just goes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Micah, hey, once again, I appreciate you giving me a ride along in your 1996 C4 Corvette. This is your dream car. Hey, everybody, I'm about to wrap this up. Hey, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, TK Turbo. Like, follow my YouTube channel. I got a lot more content coming your way.